All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation in association with IvDYogiTime.com and Muatoran TV, bringing you another sweet StarCraft match here for IvD Yogi Time Tournament number 41, all leagues, all divisions, $10, 32-man double elimination tournament. This is the round of 16 winners bracket currently, bringing you a TVP matchup. Today, my co-caster, Muatoran, a.k.a. Brandon of Muatoran TV. Dude, our first Protoss of the day.
Yeah, man. Long live Ire.
For Ire.
Yeah, my life for Ire. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah, definitely excited to see some Protoss, especially in my favorite matchup, TV or PvP. So, hoping for Storm because it's the most fun.
Terran versus Protoss, definitely a very, very fun matchup to watch. And once you get into that late game splash tech, the Ghosts, the EMPs, and the Storms, and the Colossi, Vikings, anything like that, this match becomes so positional. It's almost like watching tank versus tank Terran trying to outposition their opponents, and that is really, really fun to watch sometimes. So I'm hoping to look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me, I had to cough there.
Dude,
oh, there we go.
Don't hold that in. I don't want you dying on stream.
I'm sorry.
Wait until the stream's over, then you can die.
Okay, I'll die immediately after the stream.
Die
anyway,
quietly.
We have a one-arc expand here from Atlas. It's not going to be anything else. Well, I promise.
yeah, that's true. But in the 5 o'clock position here...
Oh, sorry.
The red Terran on Antigua Shipyard is, in fact, Atlas.
And in the bottom position, we have the Greek god. I'm not entirely sure what he's for, but Atlas.
I just introduced Atlas.
What? Oh my lord. Okay, his opponent, 5-year-old. He's a little kid. Done.
Alright. I've actually...
Okay, I'm going to do this. Second guess from 5-year-old. Looks like he's going to be doing some tech. I actually do this every game on Antigua because I don't think late game is possible, so I just go blink all in. It works quite well because Terrans don't expect it.
Yeah, blink on Antigua Shipyard, definitely a very strong build. The ability to blink up into the main while maybe doing a little bit of a run by at the natural, definitely very strong. And able to blink across in between the bases, definitely a very, very cool ability.
Yeah, you can use it quite a bit, especially since on maps like this in Cloud Kingdom, you can walk into the natural, and then if you have an observer, you can blink into the main as well. One way to use this really well is if you bring one sentry and just force field and then blink into the main. You can pretty much just kill a Terran and then they leave the game very angry. It's not always very easy to do, however. And actually, we do see the Twilight Council here from 5-year-old, so I think he's going to actually go blink.
Yeah.
Blink. It could be DTs, but I doubt it a little bit, sorry.
Well, a second gateway coming up now and then a third. So yeah, definitely looking like it could be a 3-gate blink, and the scan actually going down there for our Terran player. He did spot the Twilight Council as well. He actually spotted everything. Every single building that the Protoss has made was just scouted with that scan.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's going on. Blink has now been started, and it's being chrono boosted. The thing about this is that if the Terran opponent knows about it, they can just put bunkers in their main, like 2 or 3, and put 2 in their natural, and they pretty much hold it really easily, as long as they can deny stuff like getting force fielded at the bottom of the ramp, or having Protoss pick off a few units at once and then leave. It's really hard to do this if they know it's coming, and Stim is pretty much the hard counter to Blink Stalkers. This is a little bit of trouble here for 5-year-old.
Yeah, Atlas even throwing down a second scan there on that Twilight Council. Wants to make sure that's upgrading, and he does see the upgrade on it, so he's no longer too worried about extremely fast Dark Templar or anything along those lines. Now knows that it is in fact Blink. And
yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say I wish he'd just put 2 turrets. He's going to get upgrades soon anyway, like he should be. And losing that scan just isn't really worth it. If you put up a turret in your natural and a turret in your main, it's less money than... Actually, it's the same, but you get to keep the buildings, so...
But Stalker's moving up the natural ramp here, utilizing the ability to move back and outmaneuver their Terran opponents. Able to pick off a couple of Marines there without losing anything but shields on these Stalkers. And now that Blink has finished, going to be going in there once again to try to get that done. Stim only halfway done, and the first Marauder just making its way onto the field. The Stalkers poke up once again, but the bunker has already been fully repaired. There's already SCVs there to continue repairing it, and the Marine numbers are starting to grow.
Yeah, you know what? Atlas here is going to be in some trouble. He's done what he should not have and just he completely ignored the blink. Right now, 5-year-old's going to blink into the main. He's going to maybe pick off a barracks. He's going to kill SCVs, kill anything, really. And at this point, you know, all of Atlas's units are at the front.
Oh, he's going for the tech lab.
Stim. Oh,
yeah,
so
Stim
good.
is about to fall, but no, the SCVs get there in time. They're able to get the repair. The Stalker's going to work. Starting to take out a couple of the infantry-based units, even a couple of SCVs, as the Stalkers blink on the low ground. A couple of them getting picked off when they shouldn't have. Not the best control here from 5-year-old, but good enough as he's able to get crucial damage done to the infantry, and now he's making his way back over toward the natural. But there are 3 bunkers there. These Stalkers, they do have that superior mobility. They do have the efficiency, but they don't have the raw power to break through 3 bunkers at this time. One of the bunkers going down. No units lost, however, and the Stalker's going to retreat for now. A big blink up here into the main. Once again, all the Stalkers joining up. Might go for another kill on that tech up. But Stim has already done 1 barrack that does fall there. As SCVs are coming off the line, a lot of SCVs could be lost to these Stalkers.
Yeah, he's going to do well with these Stalkers if he just has good blink micro. He should definitely run away now. Once you have Stalkers fighting on the low ground, the Tyrannies can still hit them. That's what's happening. This Marauder just killed 2 Stalkers. Doesn't matter. Atlas, GG's.
Yeah, Atlas, like you said, he was not quite able to get that done. He was not able to get bunkers up on those blink up spots in the natural, or excuse me, in the main. And as a result, 5-year-old able to utilize effective control and effective engagements to get a ton of damage done there. Killed 23 workers throughout that game. Only 14 SCVs at the end. Did not have the economy to combat those Blink Stalkers, even though he had the right composition to deal with it.
Yeah, you really need those bunkers. Unless you're like going 3 racks before your expansion, you need at least 2 bunkers in your main. So, yep, unfortunate. Games like that can go on if it's held enough, but then Protoss does some damage, but you know a lot of the time it doesn't. It's generally either Terran prepares and just crushes it, or Protoss does all the damage and wins. So, yeah, good old cheese. I love that build on Antigua.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move on. This has been the round of 16, well, the winner's round 16. It's a double elimination tournament here for IvD Yogi.